Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this interactive webinar. My name is Joseph at Excelpoint, and we're happy to be hosting this webinar to look at improving operational ROI with RFID and to provide some real-world case studies. Hope this webinar will give you an insight into applications that could be useful to you in your daily work. Let me introduce today's speakers. I'm Joseph, and I'm the Product Marketing Director at Excelpoint. I'll do an introduction on Excelpoint Technology Limited. Narasimha is the Head of Sales at Intellistride, APAC. He will give an introduction on Intellistride and will talk on RFID success stories. Edward is the Senior Director for Confidex, APAC. He will give an introduction about Confidex and we'll also talk on RFID success stories. Here's the agenda for today's webinar. We will talk on the short introduction of the three companies involved today. Confidex and Intellistride will each share their RFID success stories. We will touch on the RFID hardware and software selection criteria to ensure success in your RFID projects. Now, during the webinar, you will have the option to raise questions. They will be answered at the end of the webinar in our Q&A session. We also have poll questions after each session, so I encourage each and everyone to participate actively. Okay, so I'll start off with a short introduction on Excelpoint Technology Limited. Excelpoint is established in 1987 and headquartered in Singapore. We are listed on Singapore Stock Exchange and have grown to date with a turnover of around $1 billion. We have presence in various countries in the region and ranked 12 on the top global distributors in 2019 by EBN. We distribute a great deal of products, including Confidex, providing supply chain management, technical designs and solution offerings to customers. I will now hand over to Narasimha, who will give a short introduction on Intellistride.
Thank you very much, Joseph. Hello, everybody. This is Narasimha Kandade, and I head the sales for Intellistride in the APAC region. Prior to this, I was with Kathrein for 21 years, looking after the South Asia region. Let me quickly introduce you to Intellistride. Intellistride is a spin-off from Kathrein APAC and is an exclusive partner for Kathrein solutions in the region. Intellistride has presence in Singapore, which is our group headquarters, and in India, with offices in Bangalore and Delhi. Intellistride has an expert solutions team and highly trained implementation engineers to provide solutioning and implementation support to customers across APAC in the RFID and IoT domain. We provide end-to-end solutions to customers to help them address their pain points with the right technology and deliverability.
Thank you, Narasimha. Hello, my name is Edward Lu, and I'm the Senior Sales Director for Confidex. I'm in charge of the sales of Confidex products in APAC, and I myself have more than 15 years of RFID experience. Confidex is established in 2005 in Tampere, Finland, and have grown into a global player for short-range wireless products solutions. We have offices in USA, Europe, APAC, and China. With our in-house design and manufacturing capabilities, Confidex is able to find a solution for every challenging RFID requirement that you have. Up to date, Confidex have delivered over 1.5 billion RFID products globally. So I will kickstart the webinar with 5 success stories from Confidex. Confidex have hundreds of good RFID use cases, but these 5 success stories have been carefully selected to cover the most interesting applications with a focus on use cases in APAC. So let's go to the first one. As you can see, the first use case is a very big car company called Volvo. So Volvo came to Confidex with a very unique problem. They have in the past used different kinds of identification technologies. However, none of these technologies work for them. This is because the manufacturing environment is extremely harsh and dirty. Furthermore, the RFID tag need to withstand temperature of up to 230 degrees Celsius. So that is very high temperature. Confidex had to custom design a tag from ground zero because there is no RFID tag that existed at that time to meet their requirements. Not only have the RFID tag need to withstand high temperature, it needs to also work on metal. Confidex took this into consideration and created a tag that can be bolted by 2 screws onto the metal part as shown in the slide. This created an air gap or flap that allows the tag to work even when attached to metal. Today, Volvo have used more than 10 million pieces of Confidex heatwave tag. Now, the second case study is a company called Goodpack. Goodpack is the world's largest provider of reusable, intelligent metal containers. We call them IBC, Intermediate Bulk Container. It is operating globally through over 400 warehouses and supplying RTI services for automotive, tire, chemical, and food industries. Their main HQ is in Singapore, which is the main logistic hub in APAC. In order to create an intelligent supply chain and manage all their IBC around the globe, they decided to fit all IBC with a Confidex Iron Sight Slim tag, as shown in the slide. So that's the tag in the circle, red circle. The RFID tag need to withstand very hard use, as can be seen in the photo. In this particular use case, the tag placement is the key, and Confidex supported Goodpack with all the needed help to find the perfect placement of the tag for both protection and 100% read performance. Today, more than 5 million IBCs are tagged with the Confidex Iron Sight Slim, making this use case the largest deployment of this Confidex product. The third case study is also another car manufacturer. It is Mazda. For Mazda, shipping of finished vehicles has its own set of problems. Usually with barcode that is attached to the windshield, it's very hard to read due to the outdoor lighting conditions. The person has to come very close to the barcode to read it. This is a pain point. given that the warehouse is huge and finding a barcode label is very, very challenging. The above problems have caused Mazda a lot of shipping errors. With RFID, Mazda not only solved the above problems, but also automate the shipping and receiving process using RFID gantry readers. The fourth case study is another huge logistic company. This time it's Chiam. Chiam is one of the largest pallet and container pooling company in the world, with a revenue of $5.2 billion. They have decided to tag their containers, which are part of a shared pool used by their global customers. The Confidex Carrier Pro tag is used as a replacement for their barcode label to A, provide battery performance in harsh conditions, B, to withstand wear and tear from washing and rough usage, and C, to automate shipping and receiving process. Now, with this enhancement, Chiam is able to reduce errors and also redeploy their logistics staff for other higher value tasks, since scanning and data capture is now automated using RFID. Last but not the least, my final case study is a company called Gojek. Gojek is an leading technology company in Indonesia. They are a ride-hailing and multi-service IoT company. They are the only decacorn in Indonesia, which means they are valued at $10 billion at the minimum. Currently, 1.5 million of Gojek motorcycle helmets and jackets are tracked with Confidex Crosswave and carrier RFID tags. They have tried using barcode, but the system is just too slow and prone to errors, causing huge losses in terms of inventory value. Since moving to RFID, they can automate all the scanning without any errors and track the helmets and jackets straight from the factory to all distribution points. They can also make easy recalls and ensure that their riders get the latest equipment to maintain safety and company brand image. As the CTO of our system integrator commented, checking of 50 jackets used to take 15 minutes. Now it takes only 3 seconds with RFID. Okay, so now that we have seen some use cases for RFID, I would just like to do a poll to find out what is the most common problems you think RFID can help solve from an Asian market perspective. So you can see the poll in the screen. You can choose a few options. Okay, if you don't have a single choice or are working to help customers solve several problems, you can choose more than one. So please make a choice now on the screen. I will give you 10 seconds. Okay, Everybody done? Yeah, so let's see the results. So what is the most common problems RFID can help solve from an Asian market's perspective? So it seems like product traceability is the most important problem. So like we see in the Gojek case study, product traceability of the jackets and helmets is actually very important. Thank you for your participation.
Thank you, Edward. It was a wonderful presentation. A warm welcome from my side as well to everybody to this webinar. I will run you through some use cases done by Intellistride. Amongst the various, we have selected 5 of them. Just to set the context, I would like to first start off by giving you all an overview of an RFID system. That is, what are the components and how does it really work? RFID system works on RF technology, typically in the UHF range. The components used are primarily readers, antennas, and tags. The antenna reads the data that has been embedded or encoded in the tags, which is then processed by the reader and pushed into a backend system, which can be a middleware or a client software, on which the business rules or intelligence is built. I will now walk you through some of the use cases realized by Intellistride in the APAC region. The first one is a case from Arlexio. Arlexio is a large chemical manufacturer based in Singapore. The customer approached us with a pain point that they needed 100% accuracy in pallet counting, as well as integration into their ERP system and Microsoft Azure. Intellistride was able to demonstrate all of this effectively, and therefore the project was awarded to us. Installation, commissioning, and training was undertaken and completed in a timely manner. Integration of RFID hardware and sensor curtain was a very crucial part in the whole solution, which the team managed to do very effectively. In the solution, Intellistride used the Kathrein ARU3560 reader with the Vira 70 antennas to realize the solution, along with crosstalk platform, again from Kathrein, for the integration of hardware and delivering the data to the backend systems of the customer. The next case is from Carl Zeiss. Zeiss is a large manufacturer and supplier of lens. The customer has a common entry and exit for the movement of the goods in their warehouse. Direction detection was a very crucial aspect for the solution, along with 100% accuracy in the read rate. Intellistride, by using the Kathrein RU-CSB antenna integrated reader, we were able to achieve the desired results. The crosstalk platform again was used to design the services, which enable the customer to get the real-time data onto their ERP system. The third case is from India. This is from Maruti Suzuki and MG Motors. Maruti is a very large, the largest automaker in India. This use case was for their service workshops spread across the country. In order to achieve high level of efficiency in their service workshop and provide customers with real-time information on the status of their vehicles was very crucial to gain the confidence of the customers. The vehicles were tracked using RFID at various stages of the workshop on a real-time basis, and updates were provided to the supervisors. Intellistride has integrated also the boom barrier with the RFID reader for automatic opening of the barrier for registered vehicles as they drive into the workshop. Over a period of 1.5 years, Intellistride has managed to install and commission more than 130 sites across India, which is quite remarkable. For the solution, Intellistride used the Kathrein RO3400 with the Vira 70 antennas and integrated this into the dealer management system of the customers. Fourth case is from Bosch. Bosch is a very well-renowned name in the automotive sector. In one of their plants in India, they wanted to implement an RTI use case. The customer needed 100% tracking of the bins that were being dispatched to their customer warehouse and then being returned. Intellistride integrated the RFID hardware with photoelectric sensors to achieve the desired outcome. In this case, Intellistride used the RRU 4400 readers with the Vira 30 antennas to realize the solution. The crosstalk platform was used to integrate the data into the backend system of the customer. Last but not the least, this is a use case from Europe. It's for Mercedes and Volkswagen. It's typically an e-Kanban solution. Here, the solution uses the smart shelf antennas called as SMSH antennas. And these are used to track inventory on a real-time basis on shelves. Multiple such antennas are used and connected to a common reader, which is typically an example of how smart shelf antennas are used. The solution helps to increase productivity on a as you get real-time data of the inventory status. This leads me to my poll question based on the above use cases that you have seen. The question is, what would be a critical value proposition in a solution? You could select one or more options from the choices that are available. You have about 10 seconds to do so. Okay.
I think improvement in process is the most selected choice.
Okay, that's very nice to note. And that's what we have also noticed in most of the use cases that we have shown today. Improvement in process is a very apt example of what the customers actually needed. So moving on, I would now like to go through some of the hardware that we have on offer. Kathrein has designed specialized hardware for various use cases and applications with futuristic edge computing capabilities. IP67 rating, ruggedly built with various connectivity options like Ethernet, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, 2G and 3G connectivity options are available. Typically, they are categorized, the readers are categorized into two families. One is the ARU and the other is RRU. RRU stands for reader unit and ARU stands for antenna integrated reader unit. The readers also are equipped with Linux operating systems with high-speed processing and inbuilt memory. This allows for running applications directly on the reader itself, which is very much required for edge computing kind of applications. Kathrein is the only OEM in the RFID domain that designs and manufactures its own antennas. Over 100 years of experience and expertise in RF technology has gone into building cutting-edge antennas. There's a large range of antennas that are available from the portfolio. Typically, they're categorized into three. The low range, which is LoRa, mid-range, Myra, and wide-range, Vira. Smart shelf antennas and switch beam antennas are very special designs coming from the Kathrein stable. For typically, the Vira 30 antennas are widely used in tolling applications. The Vira and 70 and 60 antennas find usage in warehouse applications, whereas in production line kind of environment, the LoRa and Myra find wide usage. Kathrein has also recently launched the new RTLS, or real-time locating system hardware, with very high accuracy. Less than 20 centimeters is what we can achieve for locating critical assets and inventory in a factory kind of environment. So this is just to give you an overview of all the hardware that's available from the Kathrein portfolio. This leads me into the software side of things. So I will just go through what are the software offerings from Intellistride/Kathrein. Crosstalk is a very powerful middleware that is widely used in the industry, typically approved by OEMs and enterprise customers such as Bosch, Mercedes, Volkswagen, SAP, and Oracle. The typical architecture is as shown in the diagram that you see on the slide. CT helps you to integrate various devices, which is commonly known as the device management layer, collect and store data, which is in the data repository layer, and finally the App Center, which runs the business applications, rules, and reports. All of this can be directly run, data can directly go into the App Center or can be routed to any backend system, be it an ERP or a client software. CT has been designed to be very user-friendly, wherein customers can design their own templates using drag and drop options to come up with their own service templates suited for the particular use case. The other pieces of software offering include Access Manager, typically for vehicle identification for parking applications, Tag Blower for tolling applications, software for backend information as defined by customers. This leads me to the second poll question. The question is fairly simple. How relevant would you find the hardware on software offerings from Intellistride? Ten seconds. Do we have the results?
Yes, the result is out. So how relevant do you find the hardware and software offering from Intellistride? So I think good.
Unfortunately, I can't see the results. So
so
appreciate if somebody can.
Yeah. So majority is very good and good.
Well, thank you for your time and attention. I would now like to hand it back to Joseph for the conclusion.
Thank you, Narasimha. Okay, for everyone who is keen to test out the RFID tags, Confidex do offer a sample kit, which has a good range of tags that you can use for test and trial. For this webinar, we are offering a 10% discount on this kit now. Please email to us at Excelpoint to Poonhua.
Hello?
That's POONHUA.ONG
Hello?
at excelpoint.com.sg. And basically, that's the information on the
Can you hear
screen
me?
itself. With the discount code of SEP2020, and we will get in touch with you for purchase. You will find this a very useful tool, sample tools for your use.
Hello?
Okay, we come to the end of the webinar now, and we'll come to the Q&A session. Due to time constraint, we will answer a few questions, but we'll definitely get back to all of the questions via email. So, okay, so checking on the questions, we have a couple of them here. So the first one are, okay, are the washable label compliance with RFID printers? So I will actually pass this question to Edward to answer.
Thank you, Joseph. So are the washable labels compliant with RFID printers? The answer is actually yes. We have a strong relationship with printer suppliers like Zebra, Sato, Printronix, to name a few. And we always test the Confidex labels with all of these printers to ensure that they are compatible. We have also some preferred settings for certain printer models to help you in case there is a need.
Okay, thank you, Edward. I do have a question here. Which are the critical parameters that one needs to consider while choosing a reader? I believe this question is for Narasimha. Narasimha, can you take this question? Yeah, okay. I think from Narasimha's side, I believe he has some issues and he probably cannot take the questions or his screen is freeze. So maybe we will answer it via the emails and then we will respond back all the questions to everyone who participated today. Okay, here I would like to thank everyone so much for participating. If you have any current application that you believe the solutions we've shown here can be of help, please let us know and we'll be glad to participate. Just reach out to us via the email on the screen. Okay, thank you again and goodbye.